Hey everybody, welcome to the Pendulus 24 minutes. This is a race that we do after every series or so, and basically what it is it allows players who have never had the ability to compete before with this group to try to qualify for it. Tonight we had two players that came in and tried to make the grade to get into the race. Unfortunately, they did not make it. I don't know if you've ever watched the show before, but if this is your first time watching it, this is one of those things of where it's not just your ability to race, because it's all about being able to stay on the track. It's all about having presence. It's all about being just a regular competitive racer per se. A lot of times we'll have people that come in all the time and they want to race, and they come in and they're too hard or they're too whatever. And that's the thing is this is a game. GTA is kind of weird. It's filled with a lot of strong characters, and that's what both makes this game unique and makes it sometimes very difficult. I would love to be able to let anybody in to play. Unfortunately, that doesn't always work. Unfortunately, sometimes I have to make concessions for things. Just like we've had players that have been banned because they were unable to keep up with the tenets of the type of racing, and basically that kind of stuff ruins racing for everybody. And if it ruins it for everybody, I can't have a team of 15 players that are good players, and then all of a sudden it has somebody come in and just mess up the whole thing, and now everybody's now nobody wants to race, and that just ruins it for everybody. So that's the thing is that's why we do the tryouts the way we do, and it's a good event. So we're starting today right now with the race. And get that stupid screen out of the way. Here we have Andrew Shady. Here, Death Perception. I mean, I saw Death Perception last season. Death was killing it. Easily one of those guys that you look over and say, I want this guy in our race series. SAS Montana. Andrew Shady's Race Pros, if you've seen before, was actually Ricky Bobby. Shady Boy, Montana, man. All Team Chris. God, it's like it's almost like I have a problem trying to remember all the people that we play, that we just want to play, or that we have a good time of saying, hey, come on in and make sure you race. And that's the thing is you're going to see these people over and over again. And why are you going to see them? Because they're good players, they're good racers, they're very competitive, they're fun to play with, and that's the other thing is it's definitely worth playing with. So to go into it today, we are actually at what's called Laguna Seca proper. Laguna Seca, it's based on a real live racetrack. It's a very difficult track. It will wear at you after a while. Today's race is actually a lot of laps. So that's the thing is it's going to be something that we're going to see, basically a form of attrition. There's going to be a part when it kind of wears these players down, and you really have to say, okay, so do they have the ability to not only race this long race where they got challenged in the qualifying, but also because now they have another race where they have to again race against each other. There's Shady Boy taking over the position, but that's the thing is now they're going to have to be competitive again for another 25 laps or so, and that's the thing is this can wear around at you. It can really tear you down. So that's the thing is today I definitely promise you can see him up front with his awesome Zentorno. Our guy Shady Boy here. Shady has had some real bad luck. He's really trying hard to work with this power system. And in my opinion, he's been doing really well. He's pretty much figured it all out. And as you can see today, he didn't get bumped back to the back like some other players do. I think we had two players that ended up having to start in the back. But that's the thing is these guys are he's really doing good, and I wanted to feature him today, and then we had a chance to feature him right up front. So there's Team Chris taking over the first position. Oh, Montana. Andrews put Montana around. We're going to move up to the front with Team Chris because there's a competition going on here. Okay, there's 131s. We got a best lap. I don't want to spend time on that. So we're going to go with Death Perception. Team Chris took over that position from her. I mean, from him. Damn it. And he's had a fast car today. Got a little bit of dominance going on early, but Team Chris has moved ahead. Let's see what we got for times. 131s and 133. So now we see the difference between why we have a big group up front and why there's a big group in the back. 131 is, let's see, 130 or 130? Yeah, 130 is the par time. So they got a whole other second to make up here. Here's Montana and Shaney Boy fighting it out. Andrew Shady is going to, if he can't move out, he's leading that. Rhymes of Tape taking advantage. And I think Shaney has had a problem with his car is losing power. So we go back to him real quick. Yeah, he's dropped back bad. No, he hasn't come back. He's expressing some sort of engine trouble where his car is not having any power. He was having this problem in practice, but we thought everything had been brought together, which is why he jumped right into the race today and didn't think he was going to have any problems. But it looks like that's not going to be the case as he drops way back in the pack. So we're back to Andrew Shady. There's Rhymes. Rhymes did really well today too. Very competitive with his first race. So he's gonna be gunning for Andrew Shady's right now. Takes that turn wide, but keeps it within the lines. He's got it going, but Rhymes has just got all the space to make up with him. Andrew puts a little bit out on the edge there so he can get out of the way, but that actually hurt Rhymes because he fell back a lot. Shaney's going to take that position back over if he has a chance. Rhymes has a very fast car. Let's see, Autark. If you've ever seen it before, it's a very cool little car. One thing that I was really attracted to today is, if you can see it, I hope we can see it here. Yeah, notice that we have threes and Tornos in the field. I mean, how many times do you see Tornos? They came out of nowhere. Everybody's like, we're going to run them and see what happens. And sure enough, they dropped them on the field. So let's look at the times right here. Still under par, 130.722. Death is a little bit faster than Team Chris. SAS is running slow. Andrew Shady with a 131 and Rhymes with the 130. So like I said, that was definitely a car to go with. You know what? I feel like I'm missing this battle up front here. And we'll bounce between Team Chris and Death. These guys really set an early pace, and it made it difficult for everybody to come back. But it looks like he tried to pass and then moved back a little bit, let off the throttle because he didn't want to crash into her, which is it's a very good way of, because that's the thing. People don't think about this all the time. When they race these races, you really think about just being competitive. And a lot of times, you can see that, here's a guy from that I want to outrun, that I want to be faster than. But if I crash into them and I'm the one that loses in the equation, then that puts me right back to square one. Like, now what have I got? You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing is you don't want to be the person that's going to be driving through the race, and then all of a sudden it's like I crashed and took myself out. Now I have no chance. So that's something that they want to pay attention to. That's something that they want to race as. The thing is I look at Death and go, you got plenty of time to make your way up if you don't skid around too much there. This is the part I'm scared about because I feel like I'm going to move away. And the second that I move away, I'm going to end up missing the great parts. It does happen. It's happened twice today, but that's the thing is it's a competitive race. This race right here really seems like the big competition for today. Rhymes with the much faster car with SAS just kind of settling into his lines like he always does, and just being consistent. This is basically how you win a championship right here, is just sit in your position and make it stick, and that's what he's doing. And Death Perception enters into first again. We see him on the far left side over there as they're moving. But I'm going to stick with this for a second because I see Rhymes moving in on Montana here. I think this is going to be a pass. We're going to see how this works out, see if it's a clean one or if he can make something happen with this. He's just kind of been digging his heels in constantly. And I just see if he can make it happen. There's Andrews, lost some space. He's still moving in on that position. So while they battle it out, let's go back to somebody. This is somebody that I always feature every time I have an opportunity. This is Sneaky Giraffe. If you guys watch the original AWC, if you watch any of that stuff, this is the person that basically came up with the idea of Atomic World Challenge, put it all together with me. I made the point system, the par system, some other things, and all based on the testing that he's put together, and it's really good to have him out today. He was at the first race of the last series of Ficara Sport GT, but that's the thing is he's had a little while. So let's move back to Rhymes real quick, because I want to see that competition. And while we're seeing that competition in the background, I'm going to move over to see what we have for times. Well, it looks like Rhymes has moved in on Montana. Of course, I missed it. There's Montana right behind him. Can't move away for 1 second, can you? Or you just end up missing those great passes. And it looks like Rhymes is making a lot of space on it. So let's go back to the front, and then I'll look. So much stuff going on. I don't want to miss a single part. I don't want you guys to miss anything. But I still want to look at those times to see what our position is. So there's Team Chris. I really think Death is going to be a tough guy to beat, but in the same respect, Team Chris's guy is the person that can beat him if there's a plausibility to do that. But it looks like she's got some more space to look at. Okay, so this is our chance to go into times here. So look at it. We got the 130s. Rhymes with the top lap there, 130.111. Still way under par here. Tons of time to make up. But that's the thing is I see it's going to be bad, man. You see that Rhymes is moving into that position, but it's like he's so far back. I don't think he can capitalize on it. So we're going to I think that race up front has been pretty much solidified. We're going to see how far off he is from the front group if it ever loads. So he's got some distance to make up here. He's in this first spin around. So I'm trying to look at the kind of the map section here. See how much time he's done. Yeah, he's made up some distance. We'll drop back to Andrew Shady's. Andrew, who I mess with him a lot when we're doing races, but he's just as good as given the harshness as he is in taking it. So he's a great player. I love playing with him. It's somebody who's been around for quite some time, and it's a good deal to have somebody that's basically played for so long and just kind of been there. You know what I mean? There's Shaney Boy again. Shaney's very new to our races, but like I said, I'm just another player. I'm very happy. Here is the move from Andrew Shady on SAS, but he gets real squirrely. Shaney takes advantage of it, moves into that position. Andrews is not going to give up on this. He wants a piece of that procession right there. Can he make something happen here? That's the question. So we see over to the left, Death has still got that stranglehold on first. And I bet you Rhymes is actually kind of catching up to that group now. I can see him off in the distance. He's got a little bit to make up, but we're going to keep here with this group. Let's go over to Shaney. Good seeing those races off in the distance there and seeing how they're capitalizing on their race. That's the unfortunate thing about the Pendulus race is that it ends up being a one-shot race. It really is to try people out. So you end up doing the supers thing, which is they all love doing supers. It's one of those things of where I would love to see Pendulus be a longer series, but it was never meant to be a long series, especially with the the supercars. It's something that really I think people like watching it. I don't think people like sticking with it. They love seeing the sports. It's one thing that we've been kind of debating too is looking at doing something with muscle cars, because muscle cars are really a real competitive class. But it's no, it was a clear pass. Andrew is just cutting through traffic. So we see that over on the left. I'm going to move over to Team Chris. Looks like we're going to have a move on this. Come on. Hurry up. I want to see it. She's moving in on Death right now. There's Death taking it back. Now this is for first position right here. We can already see that she's gone over and then dodged back once. I half expect to see Rhymes in cutting into the frame here. That would be really cool to see him kind of jump in the frame. The Team Chris is falling back a little bit. That's the thing is this is one of those races that Death got squirrely in the corner. And you can see there's a lot of space there where people are not able to put the power down in that corner. The vehicle that I used today was actually the Osiris. The Osiris is a really good hypercar for this. But after many of the cars that they added in, it kind of ended up being taking a backseat to cars like the Wagner, for instance. Wagner's a purebred race car. But that's the thing is in this series, it actually does really well. And for this track, it really was perfectly balanced, I think. It was definitely something I would pick with. But the thing is everybody who comes back and wants to run supers, which don't normally run supers, just jump into the Zentorno, I think, to make it easy. You jump back to rounds of tape real quick, see how this is going. So we just went under the wheel there. Best internet connection in the world. So he still does. Oh, somebody's race is off the track. Looks like he's having trouble. See where Montana is? This battle back here was very interesting. So there's Andrew. Andrew definitely had the faster of the cars. So Rhymes has done a 129. He has gone over his par time. So he's the first guy to break it. That's going to put him a 3-point deduction over on the top points. But our top two guys are doing 130s. So the fastest lap we have right now, competitive, is 130.216, which is Team Chris. And it looks like they've been competitive the whole way through. Amazing race. So here we have, where we got here? Shaney Boy. There we go. Moving in on Montana. Can he make that count? We shall see. Oh, outside line. Okay, so he dropped out. He's got engine troubles. Race Proj is out. All right. So I think the race from here on in, Rhymes is. We're gonna go back to Rhymes real quick because I want to see how far he's moved in. He's definitely got that 129 to get anywhere for a win today. He's gonna have to come in first place and make it stick. And that's the other thing is that's without the first place position. winning. Unlike the other races, because it's a one-shot race, it's easy to really compete with this. So the winners go 15, 12, 10 for points. Oh yeah, he's moving up. There's a chance that he could make this move. So we're gonna keep an eye on this first 2 positions right now. That's, I think, where the real competition is at this point. And let's see if Rhymes can catch up with these guys before this race ends. So to go over the points with you real quick, the top points are 15, 12, 10, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 2 is the lowest you can get without some sort of penalty point to put to your name. So if you go over par time, for each second you go over par time, it's negative 3 points. So that means that he made a 129, that would be 3 points. So if he got a 15, if he came in first with 15, and they got 3 points off, it would be 15, 14, 13, 12. So there's the 12 right there. So that puts him in the second position right off the bat. And that means that if Death makes the best lap, which I think he is right now, that would put him 1 point up, would give him 13 points in the second position, but it would make him the most points. So that would be the 12 for the first one, and then of course you'd have the 10 for Team Chris. So it'd be a solid 1, 2, 3 there. Rhymes, unfortunately, is in the third position, so that would give him 3 points, but it would knock him off to 7 points, which would put him even farther down the chart there. So that's pretty much how the point system works. Now we have, whoosh, look at that, made a solid move. I don't know where she got the power from. Team Chris moving in on Death quickly. May make the move on this turn, may not. Does Death get squirrely? Try not to tap him. Looks like she lost some big, but when she put the throttle back down, that car responded. The Otter Custom has been a car that I liked for quite some time, but the Otter has had such a negative press when it comes to GTA. Back in the day when the Otter first came out, it was $1 million car. It was actually fairly cheap if you knew how to play the game. Like if you came in and just played, it was easy to afford it. The problem was the actual fastest car was the Entity XF, which was $750,000, and was actually less than the Otter. So that's the weird thing about it. The Otter didn't have the good turning radius. Now they brought in the Otter Custom. So the question is the Otter Custom better, or is it worse? And a lot of people, there's a lot of performance things that was done to the car in its early stages that made it not better than its other cousin. But I think a lot of that has kind of been undone, which has put it in a position to be a more competitive car. Obviously, the Banshee Custom 900R that we see up front here is one of those cars that has a very good top speed. It used to be when Benny's started doing its modifications, it was the best when it came to top speed. Now it's a real question of whether that looseness that the 900R has can play into this race, or if that's something that's going to be a hindrance, if you will. But that thing is I haven't seen that problem from Death right now. Look at that beautiful display. That's amazing. That's things I'm just kind of enjoying it. I hope you guys are too. Amazing race, amazing competition we got going on here between two players. We got a big group out back. Rhymes, who is, you can tell, is definitely, there's the group up there. He's still got a lot of area to make up. So let's move back through the crowd here real quick. See where everybody's at. Rhymes is trying to put messages over to Team Chris to see if he can kind of rock the boat, per se, get her to mess up. A lot of people were having problems focusing today because of the type of race it is. Man, every time, I'm not moving off of them again. Every time it happens, I miss it. I miss the pass. So there's Team Chris has made the move ahead. And that's the thing is, I'm so sorry. I apologize to everybody. We had two groups that really had a good, solid grouping of battle here, and my timing has just been impeccably bad for missing the competition, and I really do apologize. I'm doing my best to get this together. So there's Death has taken back the first position. And I think that, I mean, like I said, this is what we're gonna stick with these guys right now. So again, just to let you know, for those who've tuned in and watching this video, you're watching on Sunday. The race actually happens on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Again, you have to race this. Oh, Death's off the track. And he's crashed. Oh, spinning. Now he's in the pits. Team Chris is dominating. We're actually going to move over to Death. Let's see if he can move that. Maybe put Rhymes in the second position. There is Rhymes. Death is very, very frustrated. But you know what? If you guys are looking here, there's the Rhymes with Tape battle, and he's looking up on, made up a ton of space. So let's look at the times real quick so we can get it. We've lost some players here, but we still got 130s, 129, 130s all across the board. I'm telling you, try to make this happen in a competition, and you will see how hard it is to do this. But look at those times. That's how balanced and competitive we have it. That's the kind of person that makes this race and gets qualified to race in Fukara, in Atomic, in Sprunk Extreme, One Cup, all that stuff. Man, this is how you make it happen. And it is, I have to say, it's just great to be a part of this, to watch it grow, to watch these racers really grow has been amazing. And that's the thing, is it's going to make life a little difficult for all these guys, especially when you have that one little screw up front. Now, I know it may sound like a logical thing, like this is the point that Team Chris can really capitalize and do stuff. But what happens is that you as a driver, once you get that good solid lead up there, and especially you have nobody around you, you don't have anybody to kind of feed off of those lines. And it's one of those things that it becomes very difficult to keep that rhythm going until you have somebody catch up to you. So that's the thing is it may be she'll focus on the wrong thing and Rhymes will catch up. And this is what I'm seeing happening. But Death here, I feel bad for Death. Death had this race. This was his race to win. But falling on some problems here. It's that one move out of the outside. Remember, we said that about the 900R. Like, that squirreliness, is that going to play a key factor in, how this works? And it definitely, I think that was it. That was the part where you saw, like, okay, this is going to be it. How do you fix it? And hopefully that car is fast enough. He's definitely got the lines, but he's still dealing with a lot of squirreliness here. Rhymes seems to be dealing with it too. But I think he's very happy with that Autark. I think he's happy that's the car that he took. And now, like we said before, it's going to be not only taking that first place position, because he can take that first place and tie for first, unless that second place position has the best lap. And that would leave them with a little bit more points and 1 point ahead to take the victory. Oh, I just noticed that. I love CRVs. Very cool. Kind of seems weird on an Autark, but hey, whatever, right? All right, so this is it, man. This is the pass for first right here. Rhymes has capitalized. Death has drained off his power there, and that might be a problem with just time with the car. That those cars may die off. But Rhymes wants that position, and that would be it. Let's look back at the thing before. If the other person does a 129, no, see, Team Chris is the 130.216. That's the best lap that we have. So he's not only does he have to beat her, but he's got to hope that she goes over the par time too. So that really is the battle that we're having here. Is it's a lot more than just what you're seeing. So let's see if he can do it. Still losing a little bit of speed here, kind of carrying it off in those corners. Team Chris is just really kind of seeing him in the rear view, I think, and kind of capitalizing on the time. But that's where that right there, you can see that Autard makes up a ton of space and is going for trying to go for that lead. You can tell he's feeling it. Here comes the pass. So they're giving each other the words for the pass. Oh, taps as they come around the corner. Rhymes isn't able to capitalize with it. Death is off in the distance here. I'm not going to count him out quite yet, because he's not a racer to underestimate. Team Chris, since she has come in here, has proven over and over again that she has what it takes to be a top-notch competitor in our races. And the thing is, Rhymes and Team Chris actually come as a package here. So I think this is really cool that these two are actually this. I'm guessing they're boyfriend and girlfriend. I haven't asked. I'm probably gonna have to ask after the race just to see what's happening, because that's the thing is now we basically have a boyfriend-girlfriend fight here with the girl winning. So hey guys and girls, take that home with you. So the girls are gonna call us, message us later and be like, see, we told you girls are better. And that's the thing is how you gonna argue it when she comes in first, no matter if she comes in second, right? There's the move, hard move on the outside, but he's way on the outside. She says she can see him, but he takes the position anyway, moves in the first position. That gave a lot of space for Death to make up some time there. And there is Death knocking on the door. Now here's the great part. I just checked to find out where we are. We have, remember, so let's look at the times real quick. 129. So he's broken the 3 points there. That would put them both back to 12, making 12 for the first. But it would give her the bonus point. Death has a bonus point for qualifying as the pole today. So both those guys have an additional point. All they have to do is come in second place. So this really is a three-way battle. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. Like, whoever can take that second position or first position can do it. But they got 2 laps to do it in. That's it. Death Perception is just kicking this here. I mean, I don't know if they can sense that they have a chance. But I just hope that one person doesn't take out the whole entire group doing it. And this has been one of the most exciting races we've had ever. I mean, I thought the last race of Fukara, if you have a chance on the channel, like, don't forget to like and subscribe, because I don't want you missing races. But if you have a chance to go down the playlist area, check out the other race that we had. That race was amazing. Fukara Season 3 did not disappoint in any way, shape, or form. The points that were involved in that one were just, it was very tough. So that's white flag. We got 1 lap here. Let's see if we got, what do we got? 130s for everybody. I think that Rhymes does not realize he went over par. And he doesn't realize that the person behind him does she have the best lap still? No, Death has taken it with a 130.119. So she's got to not only make a better lap now, but that means that Death can make a tie from coming in third, because he gets 2 bonus points. He'll come in 10, but then he'll have a bonus point for pole position, and he'd have the best for best lap. So now, or she could get the point back to get back the best lap for the race. And here is Death moving in. No, tapping. Oh, that's going to cost him. I think that's it right there. Death lost so much traction from that turn. I don't know if he wanted to try to make that pass there, but that definitely cost him the position. And you can see Rhymes has moved way out in front. Death is beating himself over the face, but I really don't think he should. All these guys were competitive today. They were all good racers, man. That was, I got to give these guys a round of applause, man. If you get it, put it in the comments below. Let everybody know how awesome these are. Remember, we do these races Wednesday at 8 p.m. The actual live race, the actual viewed races come at Sunday at noon. That's the thing. Put it in the comments below and say thank you to all these guys for the hard work they put in for hours of practice to get to this competition, to get not only part-time cars, because it takes a lot of work to drive a slower car to be competitive, and then to finally do it the way they do it and just have the results in the competition. But look at that. So Shaney finally dropped a 129.512 right at the end there. Amazing race. Thank you guys for tuning in. That has been for Pendulus 24 minutes. We're signing off, guys. You have a great day. Bye.